Well, last time I looked, I'm John Gallagher, and I sing and play bass with the band Raven.
Okay. Raven is a really new band for me, but I read in the bio you are really old band.
Oh, we're old as fuck. Let me tell you, we are like the dinosaurs from hell.
Yeah.
Uh, 310 million years old. No, we
Oh,
formed the band when we were little kids in 1974
oh damn. It's
and put out our first record in 1980. And we're part of the so-called new wave of British heavy metal.
okay. So how many albums have you released today?
I had, like I said, I had to count that up. Our 18th album
Oh
of
damn.
official albums came out in September 2020, and
Okay.
we are just about ready to go in the studio and record our 19th album.
That's very cool because you have a lot of album and I think you have a how I say that the big stage when you are in the live show.
Yeah, it always gets interesting, and it's been fun, especially over the last few years when Mike Heller joined us in 2017 on the drums,
Yeah.
and we've been changing things up and playing a lot of songs that we'd never played in many years. And
Okay.
'cause we got this huge catalog. It's always difficult trying to build a set list.
Yeah.
There's certain songs you feel you always have to do, and you know, and then you're like, well, we want to play some new ones, and it's like, okay, so how do you negotiate this?
Mm.
So every now and again, there'll be some songs that you played forever. We'll go, well, we'll give it a rest on this tour, and let's put something else in,
Okay.
and try and keep it fresh for us and keep it fresh for the audience.
Yeah.
I think we've done pretty well in negotiating that so far.
Yeah. What I have listened to you band from this week, from that side, start and type with you, I really like it.
Well, that's good. I appreciate that. What were you listening to? Which
Yeah.
ones?
I listened on the last one you released in 2019, I think.
Yeah, 2020, the Metal
Yeah.
City album. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
we're very happy with the way that came out. It's probably the best received record that we've ever done,
Okay.
which is for a bunch of old farts like us, that's good. To
Yeah.
get that kind of great reaction.
Oh.
And we're not we may be old, but we're certainly not old in the head. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're,
I know.
we're still got plenty of aggression and lots of fresh ideas.
Yeah.
So that makes us very happy. That's good.
And that's make you good music also.
Well, yeah, I mean, music it transcends a lot of boundaries with
Yeah.
countries and mental states, and it at the end of the day is it good? Does
Hmm.
it hit you right here? Does
Yeah.
it do that? If it does that, it doesn't matter about any of the other stuff. You could be 100-year-old. If you're still good, you're still good.
Yeah, that's true. So
Well, we're
what?
like a fine wine.
Yeah, that's true. So what make you band different from the other bands?
I think that attitude. There's lots of bands who have got passion. Uh, there's not a lot of bands that have had passion for what is it now? Geez, it's like 40, 47, 48 years at this point.
Uh,
48 years
okay.
to maintain that passion over that amount of time is quite an achievement, I think. And to have, like I say, the last couple of albums to be more vital and more aggressive and more of everything at this point of our career, where normally you start up and you work your way down.
Yeah.
Kind of went up and down and up and down, and over the last 10, 15 years, steadily built
Oh.
what we do, and really worked hard on raising the bar every
Yeah.
single time. You know,
Yeah. So, which song from every song you have write, which song is your favorite song?
Oh, that's like asking me to choose between my kids. That's a tough one.
That
I can't.
stupid question, maybe.
I mean, I've literally. I mean, we've written probably close to 200 songs, so that's really tough. There's certain songs that I always get a kick out of playing live. Song like "Faster Than the Speed of Light" off the new album. Songs like "The Power," "Metal City." It's a lot of fun to play, and there's always something new in it. The way we approach it,
Yeah, I know. So, which of all world tour you have been on, which one was the best one?
What was that? Tours? Oh
Yeah,
dear. The best tour is always the next one.
the next one. And where is that?
We did I don't know, because we really love being out on the road, and that's for us what it's always been about.
Yeah.
It's always been about plugging in, as I have here, just that doing that thing and just making it just go.
Yeah.
Come on, give it to me. That's a good one. Should write
that's just great music.
New riff right there. But
Yeah.
it's just that getting in there and getting on stage and connecting with the audience and passing energy between them, and we just love being out there. And I mean, they've been great tours we've done over the years. I mean, everyone talks about the Kill 'Em All tour in 1983, where we took a young band called Metallica out as our opening act. That was a great tour, And then the following year, we did the same thing with Anthrax. It was their first tour. They opened up for us then.
Yeah.
We did a great tour last year, which was amazing because we had this horrible pandemic.
Yeah.
And we just said, we want to go, and had an agent who booked it. And we went out for like 33, 34 dates, and toured all the way across America. And people were just so happy to get out and see a live band.
Do you coming to Sweden and play sometime?
What's that?
Do you coming to Sweden and play?
Yeah, I mean, we've done Sweden really for the first time in 2017 when we opened for U.D.O.
Yeah.
U.D.O, our old friend, and that was so much fun. We played because we'd only really played maybe Sweden rock once and Muscle rock a couple of times in Sweden. So it was great to play a few other places. And we'll definitely be setting up a European tour. It'll be for next year, I think, at this point. There's too many people cancelling right now because of all the different regulations between countries. It's very upsetting. And we've got this album to do, and then we've got another US tour. So hopefully early next year is when we want to come over. And yeah, we had a great time playing in Sweden. It's just
that's
awesome.
Great. So I think make an album it take a lot of time.
Well, a lot of the time is spent before actually recording. So we've been writing and writing and writing. We wrote an awful lot of songs for the last album, and like maybe 30. And then we've looked back and said, well, are any of these good for the next time around? And some of them are. Some of them needed some more work, which is why they weren't used in the first place. Yeah. And then we just kept writing. And right now we have about 35, 40 songs. Damn. And we're in the process of going, okay, what would be a good opener?
Yeah.
And it's not, you just try to pick what works as an album. We want to have another 10, 11 song, boom, 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 kick you in the face album where with finishes, you want to put it on again. Yeah. And, we have all these songs, and, we just want the best. We'll pick the best and go from there. But we're constantly writing. I mean, I was writing literally 5 minutes ago before we started this, and basically we're done. But there's always at the last minute, you never know what you come up with when the pressure's off. We've written everything, and then your head goes, hang on a minute, what about this idea?
Yeah.
So we'll see what we come up with in the last few weeks here. But we're set to go in June. We're going to Los Angeles, and we'll be doing it there.
Okay, then I hope it will be something great.
Oh, it will. It will. We know we've got really good songs. We've got some, and it's it's in a sense it'll be a continuation from the last one where you've got chaos, craziness, mania, but good songwriting, good melodies, and no messing about. Just boom in the face. It's right there.
That's the thing. So in 2014, I saw you open with Metallica. Can you tell something about that?
Yeah, we were going to Brazil to do some dates there with our agent, and he got in touch and said, "Are you still in touch with Lars?" I said, "Well, Lars was very nice and did a piece for us in our DVD. We had a retrospective historical DVD that came out in 2013."
Yeah.
And Lars was very nice and did a long piece talking about that tour and talking about the band. And I said, well, I can get in touch with him. Why? And he says, well, Metallica are doing this request-only tour of South America. Maybe we can get to open in Sao Paulo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I got in touch and said, hey, it's John from Raven. Can we open for you in Brazil, in Sao Paulo? And Lars came back and said, yes.
Oh.
And we were like,
so that must be a very big dream and go and open with Metallica.
Well, I mean, they've opened for us way back when, so it was nice for them to return the favor,
Yeah.
So we got there, and it was the gigantic, 72,000 people stadium, and they treated us like gold. We had all the stuff we needed. We were treated really well by the sound man, the light man, the whole deal, and we played our show. And we were only supposed to play maybe 35 minutes. And we said, can we play a little longer? Because Metallica were late. And the guy said, well, maybe you can do one more. And he gave us the way of one more. And then James came on stage and was videoing us with his phone and giving us the thumbs up. So we just jammed out for like 15 minutes. Nobody cared. It was great.
That's must be really great time in the show. So
yeah, it was wonderful. We did the show, and then we got the word that they wanted to say hi. So we came down. They do their little rehearsal room thing before they play. So they came out, and we got to take photographs and hang out for like 20 minutes before they did their show. And it was great. After all they've been through, they really haven't changed. It's the same guys, which is
it's the same. Like
and James said some wonderful things about us during the show. How we gave them their first break, and if it hadn't been for them, for us, and all that stuff, which was lovely. It was really good to hear.
Yeah.
So that was special. That was a lot of fun.
I can believe that because it's Metallica. It's always special.
Yeah, it was great, man. It was great.
So what happened with Mark 2001? Can you tell me something?
Yeah, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. A building that was getting made, it was a big drugstore in Florida, in America. It fell down on top of him.
Ooh.
And he had both his feet kind of removed. He had a piece of metal, a big bar of metal through one leg. The other leg, the calf muscle was ripped off. And it started with, he might not make it. And then it was, he'll never walk again. And then it is, we'll have to take one of your legs off. And then it was, and he just said, no fucking way. No. And 3 years later, he's up on his feet and playing with the band again.
Oh, that's great.
So that shows the character and how stubborn he is, He's a very tough guy. So by 2000, this was in 2001, by 2005, we'd started playing festivals again. He was wearing a big leg brace, and then it got smaller. and then he just strapped it up, and then you wouldn't know anything had happened to him, you know.
Yeah.
He's still got problems and probably always will dealing with us. Right now he's dealing with some ankle problems. But like I say, the power of metal is very strong.
The power metal is very, very strong. I can understand that. And I
And
think
the power of coffee. We've got that too.
I take cola.
There you go.
So what happened with Rob 87? Something
What's
happened. With Rob left in 87. Can you tell
Rob,
something about
I think it was a culmination of a lot of things. He got married. He had a kid on the way. I think he was drinking too much. It was getting to be a problem for him, you know. And I think it just all came to a head, and he just said, I have to get away.
Yeah.
And I found this of years later, because at the time he told someone who told the manager who told us that he'd just taken his gear and left, you know.
Yeah.
And it was about 5 years before we talked, but we're on very good terms now, and we talk regarding, you know, bringing the old stuff out and all this stuff. And he's always been a fantastically talented guy, and you know, he learned engineering, and he's out there on the road quite often with Branford Marsalis, who's the saxophone player,
Yeah.
who was on a lot of the Sting stuff. So it's a, you know, full-on heavy jazz band, and he goes out and takes care of them out on the road. So yeah, we're on good terms. But it was just one of those things where, you know, he was locked into that character, wearing all the gear, and it was a lot of pressure, I think. So
Yeah. Okay. So that's what happened. And we have some fan question from my. I put out on Facebook and Instagram. I will talk with you, and then it's coming some question for you.
oh, sure.
So, are you ready for that?
Sure, hit me up.
Okay. So, what make you unique from other music?
What makes what?
Unique.
Unique?
Yeah.
We're fucking crazy! And we go, ah! That's why.
Okay, that's right. Okay. So, which record was the first one you buy for your own money?
First record I bought with my own money was Slade Alive.
Okay.
The live album by Slade, released in 1972. And it's still one of my favorite albums. It's a phenomenal record.
Yeah. Okay. So, how many bands have you been in before Raven?
None.
None.
This is the only band I've really been in.
Okay. So, this is the only one.
Yep.
Okay. So, which band are you most proud of? But yeah, you have only one.
Yep, Raven. I'm proud of that.
Yeah. So, are you nervous before a gig?
No, I could be nervous long before a gig if there's some kind of technical or you know, like a logistical issue, a problem. You know, if something's late or if we're not going to make it, those kind of things made me nervous. But getting up on stage, the only time I was ever nervous going up on stage, I think, was the very first show we ever played.
Okay.
And once I got on, it was the most comfortable place in the world. So
Okay.
no, I don't get that. You know, we
Okay.
just we really look forward to getting out there, and it's playtime for us. You know.
Yeah. So, what is your dream with your band?
To continue, keep making. You know, you're always moving forward to make more music and newer music, and to play different things, and to take what we do. You know, you've got one foot in the past. You know,
Yeah.
the band has an identity, and it's like, where do we go from there with keeping that identity? It's a balancing act, and it's a lot of, you know, it's a challenge, and we seem to keep meeting the challenge.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps it interesting for us. I love both aspects. I love the aspect of just me being in a room and coming up with an idea, And that really excites me. It's like, this is really cool. I can't wait till, you know, Mark hears this or Mike hears this and see where we go from that.
Yeah.
And then the other aspect is recording it properly in the studio and then taking it and playing it live for people. I mean, when we got Mike in, we already had some new songs written for Metal City, and we decided to play one of the songs, Top of the Mountain, and play it live. And it wasn't recorded. Nobody knew what it was. And it's been a long time since we've done that, because, you know, you play a song that nobody knows and you get an honest, immediate reaction. And if people like that song, which they did, you go, we're onto something here. We're on the right track. And it was so cool to play that song all over the world and get a fresh reaction from people. It was great.
Yeah,
so we'll probably end up doing that with this one. We'll probably take at least one song and road test it.
yeah, I can understand that. So, are you all three brothers, real brothers in the band?
Sorry?
Are you all three brothers in the band?
Brothers in metal, but
Yeah.
only two of us are brothers. Myself and Mark
Okay.
are brothers, yeah.
Okay. That was my last question. And do you want to say anything to everyone want to see this interview?
Thank you all for your support over the years. We really, truly appreciate it, and we're humbled by it. And you'll know that we never give less than 110%. And we'll be coming out with a new record and be coming out to see you in 2023.
Then you come to Sweden, I hope.
Absolutely. Can't